Time.
Yeah.
Okay, so today we started the recording a little bit into class, but at least it gives you something. So if you are coming into this late, just go ahead and pause the video, copy these notes down. We talked about that a proportion is an equation, which means that they're equal to each other, and that if two ratios are equivalent, they form a proportion. Equivalent means equal, so if the two ratios are equal, we can put an equal sign in between them, and they form a proportion.
Yes.
Okay, our second objective is to determine whether two ratios form a proportion using cross products. And this is kind of a neat thing that works out when we have a proportion. If two ratios form a proportion, then cross products are equal. That means the numbers that are diagonally across from each other, such as the 6 and the 12, if we find the product of those two numbers, and how do we find the product? Do we add, subtract, multiply, or divide when we find a product? Connie? No, we find the sum when we add. We find the quotient when we divide. We're running out of options here. Multiply. So when we take a product, that means that we multiply. So 6 times 12 is 72. If we look at the other cross product, if we look at the 8 and the 9, if we do 8 times 9, that is also 72. And that's going to be true of any proportion that we have. The cross products will always be equal. So let's take a look at this example on the lines. If we look at 9 times 24, this tells us that they're equal, so 12 times 18 should be the same as 9 times 24. Type that into your calculator quick and tell me if it's the same. Travis, you do 9 times 24. Brooke, you do 12 times 18. What did you get, Travis? Good. Brooke, what did you get for 12 times 18?
216.
216. They are the same. And again, that's true for every proportion that exists. If two ratios are proportional, we can multiply the cross products and they're going to be equal.
So you can do them divided.
Yeah, we could also do equivalent, but we're going to be using this when we solve proportions later, so that's why we're learning about this today. Okay, so this is an example like what you'll be doing in your homework. It's just going to ask you, do the ratios in each pair form a proportion? There's a comma between the ratios. There's not an equal sign, so we don't know that they're equal. We have to figure out if they're equal using this idea of cross products. So what are we going to multiply? What are the cross products? Andrew?
5
Okay, so we need to do 5 times 54 and... Wait. First tell me what's the other cross product. 9 and 30. Okay, so we have to multiply both of those and see if they're the same. Did you do this already? Yes. 270. Did you get 270 for 9 times 30 also?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're the same, so that means that yes, they form a proportion. And we could do this the other way that we learned about with equivalent ratios. You could do 5 divided by 9 and 30 divided by 54. You're going to get the same answer too. But for today, I want you to use cross products. I want you to get used to using the cross products. Okay, letter B. Victoria, can you tell me what I need to multiply by what to see if the cross products are equal?
7 divided by 8.
Well, instead of using division, I want to use cross products here. So we could do it that way, but I want to do what I did over here. I want to multiply like I did 5 times 54 and 9 times 30.
5 times 54.
We're on this one.
7 times 65.
Good. 7 times 65. And what other one are we going to have to find?
Times 8.
55 times 8. Good. Okay, so we're finding this and this. Jay, what's 7 times 65? Andrew, can you be prepared for the next one? Good, 455. Andrew, what's 55 times 8? What? Did you do this on your calculator? 55 times 8 is not 455.
I have the answer.
8 times
No, do this one.
I have the answer.
Okay, go ahead, Brooke.
440.
Good. 440. The cross products are not equal, so these do not form a proportion.
No.
Okay, next slide is a set for you to do on your own. So I'm going to pause this here.
Oh.
Let's see,